Lovely. Hopefully you can all hear me still. So find your nice semi-supine position, feet flat on the floor. Feel the back of your lower ribs on the mat, shoulders wide, arms down by your side. But if you need to give your head a little bit of an extension to elongate the neck, do that. So you imagine you've got that orange under your chin or your festive satsuma. And close your eyes, and we'll just start with some breathing, as it's a very stressful time of year for a lot of us. So let's take time to connect with our body and our breath, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through slightly pursed lips. Noticing where your breath falls, being mindful of where your body is lying, and still find that good position. So Sandra, just separate your knees ever so slightly in line with your hips. And as you lie here, focusing on the breath, follow it with your mind's eye, follow it deep into your body. And as you breathe out, really blow out every last breath and feel that deep abdominal connection that we want to hold throughout the class. A couple more. Taking it as slowly and as deeply as you can. And staying in the same position, you can gradually open your eyes and hold your arms above your chest. And we'll do our shoulder release. So breathing in to tap down to one side. Breathing out, make sure the abs are drawing the arms back to center. And then breathing in to take the elbows to the other side. And as always, depending on how you're feeling, you can hold closer to your hands or closer to your elbows. You can start closer to your wrists and hands just to get some mobilization. Trying to keep the upper body stable and get some work through the shoulders. Using your breath. So breathing in to tap down. And then really drawing those abdominal muscles deep to pull the arms back to the center line and over to the other side. That's it. So the knees should still be hip width apart. They should be pointing up to the ceiling. Getting the work through the shoulders. Using that nice, long, deep breath. And one more to each side, and we'll add on the arm circle to that. So next time you come to center, you tap down as you breathe in, breathe out, keep the ribs down, the lower ribs on the floor. Circle round your head, back to the other side and back to center. And again, you might need to change your arm position, and it doesn't matter if your arms do not go over your head, it's the intention. Just gradually building that flexibility and movement. That's lovely. I'm looking for ribs popping up and none are, which is fantastic. Everything's connected. So one more in each direction. And then when you've done, lift your arms so that fingers are reaching for the ceiling and straighten your elbows, then allow the arms to be really heavy in the shoulder joints. And from there, keeping the arms straight, reach as high as you can, imagining the big scapula around the back, wrapping around to the front of the body, and then breathing out, keeping the straight arms. They wrap back round as if they're trying to kiss. If you think low and wide for both movements, keeping the elbows straight, so protracting up towards the ceiling, reaching forwards and retracting them back around the body. Keeping the elbows straight, because if they bend, other muscles are working. We're not getting the work through the scapula. That's it, lovely. So again, use your breath, nice and slow, calming, releasing. And 2 more. Final time, and then when you've done, keep the arms up to the ceiling, allow them to be really heavy in the shoulder joint again. Turn your palms away from you, and we take one arm behind our head and the opposite leg stretches away. Breathing out to bring them back to the start point. We're trying again to keep our body nice and stable. So you might want to start just by sliding a leg away along the mat, keeping it earthed, and then gradually challenging a little bit more by hovering and keeping the arm again as straight as possible. Keeping the lower ribs connected to the pelvis by drawing in the tummy button towards the body. Working nice and slowly and controlled. That's it. I'm working my eyes around everybody in the room. Fabulous. Keep those shoulders nice and heavy and earthed on the mat. And again, your arm might not reach the floor behind you. It very much depends how the shoulder joint is. That's it. Very stable. One more to each side. And after your last one, we'll move on to pelvic tilt. So if you've got anything behind your head, take it away. And then again tonight, let's cross our arms in front of our chest. So we're holding just in front, and tiny breath out, just to hover the bottom of the floor. Breath in to hold, breathing out, place the bottom down and uncurl. So starting really small and allow the arms to be heavy again through the shoulders. Allow the neck to be long. Breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, gradually going a little bit higher each time and keeping that pubic bone curled up until the very last moment when you have to straighten out. That's it. So peeling off as you breathe out, draw the abs in, curl the pelvis up. That's it. Keep that curl all the way as you come down. You're almost fighting that curl of the pelvis, working through the spine as you come down, upper, middle, and lower back, then uncurling. So let's all go up to bra strap level on your next one. Breathing out, peeling off lower back, middle back, upper back. Breath in to hold, breathe out, soften through the chest, placing that upper, middle, and lower back down. And actually on this one, breathing out, as you peel off, you can take your arms up and over your head if you wish, or towards your head, depending where they are. Leave them there as you breathe in and breathe out. Draw them back to the start of your chest as well. 2 more of these, breathing out, peeling off, sending the arms up towards your head. Again, a little bit of a stretch as you're still holding the forearms and peeling back down. And 1 more, peeling off, breathing out, curling up. Arms overhead. Breath in to hold. Breathe out, stay up there. Just bring the arms in front of you, breath in to prepare. Then you're going to drop one hip towards the floor and peel down one side of the spine, keeping the arms where they are. Center the pelvis at the bottom and then come back up the way we came down. So whichever side you came up, came down, come up again. Center at the top and then over to the other side. Work down that side of the spine. Center at the bottom. And then on your next out breath, peeling back up the way you've just come down. Breath into center at the top. Drop the hip and peel down. So have 1 more on this side and then 1 more on the other. You have to work hard at keeping the knees as stable as possible. The legs will move a little bit. That's it. Very nice. And then when you've done, you can put your arms down by your side. Oh, glad to see some people are stripping off, so starting to work. So then hands behind your head. We will do some chest lifts. And remember, breathing out, really draw in the abdominal muscles, pull them through your body to slide the ribs forward, keeping your head heavy in your hands, breathing in to lower your top half. So you're not pulling yourself up from the neck or the chest, you're sliding the ribs towards your pelvis, curling up slowly and releasing back down again. Use your breath, breathing out to curl up. So the more you draw the tummy button into the body through to the mat behind, the more you're using the deep transversus muscles to work and do that lifting rather than putting any strain on your neck. And you might not come up very high, that doesn't matter at all. It's that control, and make sure your tailbone and bum cheeks are firmly glued. We don't want the pelvis to curl like we've just been doing. We need that nailed to the mat. That's looking good. Nice and slow, everyone. That's brilliant. So I know it's going to be quite challenging, quite painful if you're doing it right. Not in pain, but you know what I mean. You'll start to feel those muscles working. Lovely. Remember to keep the head really heavy in the hands, elbows wide. And do 2 more. And on this last one, breathing out, curling off by pulling in through the abdominals. At that point, stay up there, reach for your thighs. Curl yourself up a little bit higher, keeping the bum down. Hands back behind your head, and we will do our little marching. So lifting one foot, placing it down, lifting the other, and placing it down. And keep going, keep that curl up, keep thinking tummy button, nailing your pelvis to the floor, keeping curling forward. If at any point you need to rest, please do, but then come back up and continue using your breath. That's it. Oh, I can feel the burn. Final one of these, keeping curled up. Lift and lower, lift and lower. If you possibly can, stay curled up, bring your legs into tabletop, and then do toe taps. If it's too much for you tonight on your neck, I know it's hard work, lie back down, arms by your side, and think, just for something else to think about, the back of the leg, the bottom squeezing where the leg meets the bum. Every time the toe taps down, challenging yourself by just angling your knee slightly further away from your body, keeping things nice and slow. That's wonderful. And 3, and 2, and 1. Final tap for the other leg, and then hug your knees into your body. Breathe in, brilliant. That was quite a toughie. Okay, from there, we're going to nod the chin forward, curl up, press your shins away so we're coming back into tabletop. Extend your arms down by your sides. If you want to, extend your legs for the 100 or just keep them in tabletop. And we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out, in, out, in, 2, 3, 4, out. Good. Keep the body stable, keep beating from the armpits, keep drawing those abdominals through the body, keeping the chins nodded. If you need to change your leg position, do. Hand behind the head, do. You're nearly there. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lie back, hug the knees in. Awesome work, everyone. Rock from side to side if you need to. And then from there, stretch one leg out along the mat. Extend the other leg to the ceiling. And we'll do our lovely leg circles. So 8 in each direction. Make sure the leg is feeling really heavy in the hip joint. Keep it small. And if you want to, or if it's more comfortable, of course, you can bend the knees. Either way, you want to be heavy in the hip, keeping the circles to a radius that you can control. Is that right? Or diameter? I was never very good at that type of thing. That's it. So you're keeping the other side of your body stable. Good. So 8 in each direction. And really focus on getting some lovely circles, no stars or heptagons, then change sides. Again, using that lovely breath. Power of breath is wonderful. That's it. Still make sure your shoulders are nice and wide and relaxed. The lower ribs are on the mat. Abs are engaged. And we're just allowing the leg to work in the hip joint. And as always with this, we're all working at different speeds. So once you've done, just relax. Focus on breathing. That's lovely. Right. We've just got a little few more ab-centric things. So once you've hugged your knees in, let's again curl up into our tabletop position. And then hug one knee in and extend the other for our single leg stretch. And tonight you can bring your knee in towards the chest more than normal. So we're getting a lovely extension through the hip flexor of the elongating leg. Still curling up though, so using the abs to come up. A little bit slower than normal. 3 and 2. Final one of these. But let's add on now, so change and change and change. Long leg to the ceiling and down, up and down, up and down. Then change and change and change. Keeping curling forward. And again, if you have got bandwidth in your head after a long week, as that leg lifts and lowers, think about the bottom squeezing, just to change the dynamic of what you're feeling. And change, and change. Good. Final set on each leg for me, drawing those abs in. That's it, Mandy, good. Sandra, that's looking good. Everyone's looking very stable tonight. And then when you've done, again, lie back, hug your knees in. I was going to say relax, but that's not quite where we're going, is it? So nod your chin, press the shins away gradually, use momentum. Oh, excuse my creaky platform. To roll like a ball just for a bit of fun. Making sure you're not kicking your legs out. That's it, lovely Adele. Good, Lucy. Good, Mandy and Sandra. Hannah, that's so controlled. Lovely, Caroline. One more and then finish sitting up. Because we've not done much rotation yet, have we? So we need to remedy that. If you can, find your sit bones, get some bottom out the way. Sitting as tall and straight as you can, legs long. If you want to sit on something for some height, or if tonight you'd rather have your knees bent up for comfort, if everything's feeling really tight, do that. And we're going to start with arms above our head. So breathing in to rotate, breathe out to open the arms, breathe in to close the arms back up, breathing out to center, spiraling to the ceiling, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. All the time you're using your abdominals to keep you sitting as tall as possible, so you're not hinging backwards and slumping, sitting proud, lifting the heart. That's it, breathing in to rotate, breathing out to open the arms, breathing in to close them up, and then breathing out to center. That's good, allowing the shoulders to be away from the ears. I know it's such hard work, this one. So much going on. All the time we're fighting that sinking feeling, but we want tall and proud. That's beautiful. Lovely. Hannah, just nod your chin a little bit. Apart from that, it's looking wonderful. Good. One more to each side. I know it's hideous. It's one of my bête noirs for all these years. And then when you've done, give your legs a little shake, get comfy again, set yourself up. You can separate your legs a little bit, arms straight out in front, or again, just bend your knees up if it's too much. And your spine stretch forward. So thinking someone's drawing your tummy button through the body or pulling your waist. You're trying to get some curve in the lower back, which is really hard. And then sitting tall. So you're aiming your head between your hands to between your thighs, which is never going to happen in my case. And breathing in to sit tall. The arms don't drop or go up, they slide forward as your back curves and you end up looking like a little hairpin. And sitting tall and straight. So keeping those bottoms firmly earthed, getting that lovely two-way stretch. Aiming to get as much curve in that really lumbar spine as possible. That's the bit that hardly moves for a lot of us, whereas we're very easily arched over from the shoulders and the upper body. More that looking at phones and driving and computers. And do one more. And from there, separate your legs nice and wide. Arms either side of the outside of the legs, palms facing. And again, we'll move all of that together for the saw. Breathing in to rotate. Breathe out, spine stretch forward to reach the little toe. Breathe in to restack and out to center. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and centering. And you can see I've got my back hand pushing me forward, which you can do, which is quite nice for some extra stretch, and making sure that the leg you're not reaching for is staying firmly earthed to the mat, so there's no lifting of the bum. That's it, lovely, Mandy. Yes, Sandra, good. Keep that bottom down. Don't reach so far. If you feel your bum's lifting, anyone, just don't go so far. There's no more about getting the integrity of the movement than how far you can go. Getting the right muscles working. Oh, still smiling, everyone. That's good. Or not. That's it, Caroline. Lovely, Lucy. One more to each side. That's it, shoulders nice and relaxed. When you've done your last one, wriggle your legs, be comfortable, and we'll fold ourselves over or roll ourselves over onto our fronts to work the back of our body a little bit more. So to start with, either block under the head or just rest your head on your forehead on your hands. Separate your legs, turn them out so your thighs are off the mat a little bit, so it's your inner thighs more on the mat, pubic bone earthed, resting on your big toe joints. Draw the shoulders down the back. And from here, we're just going to relax. Just take a moment to notice how we're feeling in this position. And then think on our next out breath, squeezing the bum for 100% effort, holding it for a count of 5, and then relaxing. So breathing out, think each side of the hip, squeezing into the center of the body just to isolate the bottom, squeezing that for 100%, so count of 5, and then relaxing it. So we're really trying to isolate the glute muscles. Not done this for a while. Very simple but effective. And I should see that difference between where you're really working and clenching and relaxing. Because like an elastic band, if you don't relax it, it loses its ability to do what it's there for. So really want to enjoy that power and relaxation moment and have it under control. So if you think squeezing in from the sides of the hips in towards each other, that really helps to isolate the bottom rather than getting any of the back or the rest of the legs involved. That's good. Everyone's looking very good at this. One more. And then just take your arms by your sides, bring your legs together a little bit more, turn your thighs so the front of the thighs are on the mat, and allow your shoulders to roll forward, ready for our arrow. So we breathe in to lift the shoulders off the mat, breathe out, slide them towards our feet, hovering the arms, breathing in to rotate so thumbs come to ceiling, and breathing out, again allowing everything to relax forward. Breath in to lift the shoulders, breathe out, slide them to reach and hover the arms. Thumbs to the ceiling as you breathe in, and breathing out, place yourself down. And again, breathing in to lift the shoulders, breathing out, reach and hover the arms. Thumbs to the ceiling as you breathe in, breathing out, placing yourself down. Keeping the legs down, breathing in, lift the shoulders. Breathe out, reach fingers for the toes as you hover. Thumbs to the ceiling as you breathe in, and breathe out. Allow yourself back to the mat. 2 more of these. Breathing in, lift the shoulders. Breathe out, reach and hover. Thumbs to the ceiling as you breathe in. Breathing out, placing yourself down. Final one of the basic ones, lifting the shoulders, reaching as you breathe out and hover. Thumbs to the ceiling, crown of the head reaching away, and breathing out to take yourself down. We'll add a side bend in as we're up there now. So breathing in, lift the shoulders, breathe out, reach and hover the arms for the toes. From there, just slide an arm down one side of your leg, back to center, and then the other way. Back to center, and relaxing back down again. Ready to go again. So breathing in, lift the shoulders. Breathe out, hover, reach fingers for the toes, crown of the head reaching away, and slide an arm down one side of your leg. So you're doing a little side bend in this position. That's it. And back to center. And slide down the other side. Good. Back to center. And relaxing back down. We'll do 2 more. So breathing in, lift the shoulders. Breathe out, reach and hover the arms. Slide down one way, keeping the chins nodded. Back to center, keeping the legs down. Slide the other way. Back to center. And placing yourself down. Final time. Breathing in, lift the shoulders. Breathe out, reach and hover the arms. Sliding down one way. Back to center. Sliding down the other way. Back to center. And placing yourself down. If you need to sit back into a child pose to release any tension in your back, feel free. Now is the moment to do it. We are coming back down though onto our fronts. So finding your nice position again, legs separated ever so slightly. Again, you can turn your toes away from you, arms out in front. We'll do our cobra and then our little swan dive. So drawing the elbows in, breathing out, breathing in, lifting the heart, squeezing the bum. If you want to keep your elbows on the mat, keeping it low, please do so. And take yourself back down. So drawing the elbows in, squeezing the bottom, feeling a lovely stretch from tummy button all the way through the chest. Again, thinking crown of the head, rather than too much chin lifting, and then placing yourself back down. If you're comfy here and not feeling any discomfort in your lower back, you can, of course, come up with straight arms. Reach the arms away each time. That's it. Nice, Hannah. You're all looking very serene. It's lovely. And on your next one, we come up into our little cobra, extend the arms, shoulders down, squeeze the bum 100%. Then let's just do lifting the legs, keeping the bum squeezed to keep them strong. as you bend the elbows like a little rocking horse. So keep your head in line with your spine. You're lifting and lowering through bending and straightening the arms, the bum squeezing to hold the legs. Good, Lucy, that's lovely. Very nice, Caroline. That's it, Adele, just a little softer, a bit more gentle on yourself. That's good. Lovely, Sandra and Mandy. Nice control, one more. And then again, sit back into a child pose. That's quite a hefty exercise. Breathe deeply into your lower back. So we've got a couple more on our fronts. We'll do our swimming to get the back of our bodies, legs, hamstrings really activated. So arms in front, legs parallel but separated, and either just lift and lower, long arm and leg, thinking everything's drawing into the body. So the arms deep in the shoulder joint, the legs deep in the hip joint. If you're happy there, you can hover and tap down, and obviously go as fast as you like without rocking around, keeping that body under control, breathing however you want to, have a play around with that breath. Keeping the knees from bending, so really straight, long legs as much as you possibly can, because it's all about getting the hamstrings and bums doing the work, as well as the shoulder blade action, obviously. That's it. And I'm going to count you down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, sit back into a child pose just for a bit of relief before we do our final one. And this one is our lovely single leg kick, really getting into our hamstring curls. So forearms on the mat, you can clench your hands together if you want, or make a fist. You want to think drawing tummy button up through the spine, shoulders down away from the ears. Start with the right leg. So we're going to lengthen it away, someone's pulling it away, hover it off the mat, and then 3 kicks, either with a pointed foot or a flexed foot, and then change to the other side. So you're keeping the leg hovered, which really, really gets those hamstrings going. So Mandy, if you start cramping, or Caroline, if you start cramping, just walk it off. We'll make things a little bit slower. Lucy, lift the heart a bit. Don't sink into the shoulders. Head up a little more. That's it. Good. Have a little thought in your mind about where your heel is tracking. It should be aiming towards the middle of your bottom, not to reach it, but just in line. And hopefully you're feeling this a little bit. I find it a very strong exercise. The more I do, the more I sink into my body. So think tall, think proud. You've come through a hell of a year. That's it. One more set on each leg. Good. And then definitely when you've done, sit back into a child pose for a little light relief. And we will transition onto our sides. And we'll be kind, we will do our chest opener. So grab a cushion or a pad, have it angled behind your head so you've got somewhere to roll onto. Imagine you're sitting in a chair So your knees are bent up at 90 degrees. Your feet are aiming for the floor. Think about the underneath shoulder drawing down, underneath waist drawing up, length through the top of the body, not much to think about. Then breathing in, you can lift the arm to the ceiling. Breathe out, rotating from the ribs, watching the arm go behind you. Breath in to hold and breathe out. Bring everything back to the center, to the start. And again, 2 more. Breathing in to start the lift, breathing out to rotate from the ribs, keeping the knees glued together, keeping the knees on the floor. And when you're ready, coming back. And then final one, nice and slowly, enjoy this moment of calm. The faster you go, the more exercises I'll throw at you. So it's Hobson's choice. And from there, make your top half comfortable. Bend your knees or angle your knees further down, bringing your heels in line with your bottom. And we'll do shell in different ways. So breathing out to lift the knee, breathing in to close. So as always, trying not to rock back with the body, just think the knee forward and up and down, and then that really isolates the side, the glute medius. Breathing out to open, breathing in to close. 2 more of these. And then we'll do internal rotation. So keeping the knees together, lifting the foot. And the foot's just hanging on the end of the leg, so it doesn't need to do anything. We're just working again through the hip. So the thigh will obviously rotate, but you don't want to rock forward, fighting any instinct to do that. And final one of these. And then put it together, so breathing out to open the knee, close the knee, open the foot, close the foot, and open the knee, close, and foot, and close. Knee, close, foot, close. Final one, knee, close, and foot, close. Then extend both legs away, angle them so you can see your feet ever so slightly out of the corner of your eye. Long underneath arm again, draw that underneath shoulder down. And as you breathe out, you're lifting and hovering the body, breathing in to place yourself down. And looking at the mat if you've got any discomfort in the neck. If you feel your legs are going behind you as you lift up, again, angle them slightly more forward. And imagine someone's pulling those legs away as you come back down to the mat, so you stay in that nice long line. Hand in front for balance if you need it. Mandy rolls slightly further forward. I think you're a little cheating going on. That's it. You're having to work there. Good. Breathing out to lift. And breathing in to lower. That's it, Adele. Lovely. Good, Hannah. Very serene, Lucy. Nice control, Caroline and Sandra. One more of these. Then lift the top leg to hip height. Keep the shoulders relaxed underneath waist abs, and then squeeze the inner thigh of the underneath leg, placing it down. So top half stays down. It's just that underneath leg lifting and lowering. And again, be mindful of your feet. Make sure there's no pointing in or out. The foot's just hanging there at the end of the leg. Nice and slow, squeezing it up. having to hold that top leg up at the end of a long day, long week, long year. I know, tough going. 2 more. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And then for our last one, come up onto your forearm. Again, sink underneath waist, drawing up. Angle the underneath leg forward, lift the top leg to hip height. Hand behind head if you can. You can look at the mat. And then 2 kicks forward, squeeze the bum to take that leg behind. Kick, kick, squeeze. Again, trying to keep the top half as stable as you can. There will be a little bit of rocking, but not too much. And again, don't sink into your shoulders. Think tall and proud, almost as if you're angling your body up and over. That's it, lovely. Good, Sandra. Oh, Lucy, I wish I could take a picture. You look like a ballerina. It's fantastic. That's it, Adele. Lovely strength, Caroline and Hannah. Good, one more. And then relax. Give any hips a little bit of loving and scoot over and do all that on the other side. So starting with that lovely chest release. And now you're probably grateful for it, for a bit of a rest. Have that cushion behind, so you've got somewhere to roll onto. Look at your posture. Make sure you're 90 degrees, everything drawing away from the ears. Breathing in to lift the arm. Breathing out to watch it go behind. Breath in to hold. And then breathing out, drawing through the ribs and the obliques back to the start. And again, 2 more. Watch it go. Enjoy that open position. Keeping the bottom half stable and glued down. Finish this final one. And then angle your knees further away from your heels in line with your bottom, ready for the shell. So breathing out to lift the knee, sinking forward and up, and breathing in to close. Breathing out and breathing in. Be mindful not to rock back. So think drawing in through the abdominal still and up from the mat. 2 more. And then let's do our internal rotation. So lifting the foot and closing down. That's it. It's always so much easier for me. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to place it down. Two more of these. And then put it all together. So we open the knee, close the knee, open the foot, and close the foot. That's it. 2 more. Final time. Ready to stretch out nice and long. think about drawing the underneath shoulder down from the ear, underneath waist up, angling your legs slightly forward, and then breathing out to lift and hover, breathing in to place yourself down. Again, all the time, thinking the underneath leg, doing some of the work, or most of the work really. And the abs are drawing in. If you need a hand in front for balance, please do use it. Keep the legs glued together. Imagine they're drawing into the hip joints as they lift and really being lengthened away when you reach the mat. And 2 more. And lift that top leg to hip height and squeezing up with the underneath leg and back down again. That's it. Good. Well done, everyone. Everyone's so stable tonight. That's brilliant. And 2 more. And we'll finish with our side kick. So coming onto the forearm, thinking shoulder away from the ears. Underneath leg angled forward, top leg at hip height. And then hand to the head, 2 kicks forward, squeeze it back. So you're trying to keep that leg at hip height as it kicks, and you're squeezing the bottom to take it behind you, trying to keep the upper body nice and proud and tall and strong. That's it. Lovely. Sandra, that looks great. Good, Mandy. That's it, Adele. I'm looking. Hannah, that's great. That's it, Caroline, really strong. Lovely, Lucy. 2 more. Fantastic. And then give that hip a little bit of love. Oh, time is running out. I pressed the wrong thing on my phone and it looked like it was still 8:15, but it's not, so you're in luck. But before we start to stretch it out, let's do a little planking. So Sandra, you might want to come onto your forearms so your wrist isn't put at peril. Same with anyone else with wrist issues or shoulder issues. Otherwise, come onto your hands and knees and then step one leg back and then step the other leg back. So your bottom should be in line with your shoulders, and we will do our little front pull. So rocking, if you can, forward and back, keeping the bottom on the same line as it starts for 3, then lifting one leg and rocking forward and back for 3. Changing sides all the time, drawing up through the abs. Having to work really, really hard. And then on the 3rd one, you can put your knees down, sit back to release. Good. Coming back up, do you want to do one more set? I think so. Coming onto our plank, we can speed it up a little bit. So rocking forward and back for 3. So we've got that mobility through the shoulders, then lifting leg, rocking back for 3, so mobility in the shoulders and the ankle, even more, and then changing sides, which is the hard part, keeping the bums down, in line, that's it, and then knees down. Oh, good. Scoot over onto our backs for our back plank. And again, if it's too much on the wrists, stay down on your forearms all the time thinking wide shoulders. Otherwise, hands behind you, lifting your chest proud to the ceiling, squeezing the bum to lift yourself into that lovely long line. Think squeezing up like you do the bridge, and then let's just tap a leg in towards the body. And 3, and 2, and 1. Change legs, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Good. 1. Then down. That's it. No more strength stuff. You're brilliant. So hug an arm across the body to release the shoulders because they've worked really hard just now. Definitely have. And then the other way. And release. And we are going to finish off on our hands and knees doing a cat stretch. Because I don't do this often enough, I don't think. So start again with that lovely flat back. And then as you breathe out, you're tucking your pelvis under like you do with the pelvic tilt, getting the curve in the lower spine, middle spine, upper spine until the head has to hang. And when you're down here, you can have a just check of your feet that they're in line and unpeel from the pelvis, sending the tailbone away, working through the back, exactly the same as we do with the pelvic tilts until the head has to lift. And do one more of these from the tailbone first each time, curling up, arching, enjoying that stretch. And unpeeling. And then try from head end first, so nodding the head, working up through the shoulders and upper back until you finally tuck your pelvis and your tailbone underneath you and unpeel from the head, working through the spine. And one more of those, so you've done 2 from either end of the body. Lovely. Then take an arm out to the side, excuse me, we will do thread the needle. So thread it underneath and through, feeling a little rotational stretch. If you can get the shoulder to the floor, wonderful. If not, don't worry. Keep engaged through the abdominals as you pull the arm out. And if you want to lift it up towards the ceiling, do. Again, that's optional. Back. Oh, my standing arm is shaking with work. This is all about unpeeling and unwinding. So keep it as small as you want. And then the other side. So taking one arm out to the side, threading it through. Feeling that lovely stretch and twist. And back out to the side. And one final time. Peeling it through. And when you're done, tuck your toes under, start to stand up, curling up, working through the spine again, sending your tailbone down to the floor, head coming up last, thinking nice and tall, and just bring your arms up to the ceiling. We'll finish with some little side bends, but with little reachy ones. Reaching high, stretching out the sides of the body, feeling everything relax, come to life. And then you can relax and definitely feel proud. You've worked really hard tonight. Thank you so much. I will turn this off.